am very well.
You have your hat back on.
I do.
You created quite a sensation when you took the hat off.
Yeah, you know.
Did you expect that?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't expect that it was going to be an issue that I had a hat on in the first place. But I guess, you know, there's some folks that either they didn't like it or they just wanted to see if I had like an extra arm growing out of my head. And I said, you know what? For this performance, I'm gonna take it off. When I say, you know, when you lose something you can't replace, and I threw it out, and somebody's got my hat now. I actually brought a second one just for that very reason.
You can market a lot of hats.
You know, I might. You know, I should have actually. I had a logo. I should have given my logo one out, but that's okay.
Now, you perform a lot with instruments. So, do you feel that's how you're most comfortable, is being not just a singer but a musician?
I am a musician. You know, I like to think of myself as a musician. I like to write songs. I like to sit and play the guitar and play the piano when I write and when I perform. So I mean, I guess I'm a singer first and foremost. But I mean, singers are musicians. You know, and you know, sometimes people might not think that, but singers are musicians. You know.
Did you put together the arrangement tonight, or was it Adam's idea to speed it up? Like, I really liked how you were out there. I mean, when the drums first came out, I wouldn't have guessed it was you. And then you came out with your guitar and you threw it back, you threw off the hat, and it was just a spectacular performance. So I was just wondering, how was it planned? Like, how did it come together?
It was collaborative for sure. I mean, I was really excited to have the band up front. They've been hidden, you know, in the back, behind screens for so long, and these guys are so super talented. And some are good friends of mine. So I was like, I really want them to come out and be seen. And it's just a different energy when you have people playing with you right there as opposed to 50 feet away from you. So we brought them out. The way that we arranged the song, since you only have 2 minutes, and that song is probably a 5-minute song, it's got like a big build in the middle. We didn't have time to build the song like it's done on the record, so we had to come up with a different way. And Adam had a great idea of just having me come in just by myself when it started to pick up tempo, and just have the drums start really quiet and then build, and everybody builds until the 5th bar. I'm getting music on you, but basically everybody comes in, and it just was a big lift, and that's when the hat came off. We started having even more fun.
The crowd goes absolutely wild whenever you're on stage, and I think everyone can agree at this point you are the front runner. Do you feel that gives extra pressure on you for every time you go on stage?
I mean, there's always pressure. I think there's always pressure for everybody, but I don't think it's because I consider myself a front runner, because I don't. Everybody here is insanely talented. I mean, you were just standing here talking to Dia, Vicky, Nakia, I mean, Casey. Everybody is just so amazing, and you have to go out there. I mean, the only thing I can control is what comes out of my mouth. I can only control, you know, what I do. So my goal every week, if I'm lucky enough to get to the next week, is to do the best that I can, you know, with the song that I've got, and you know, hopefully that's enough. And if in the end I go out and I sing a song, like, you know, if I end up going home tomorrow, I sang a song that I loved, and I did it to the best of my ability. So I honestly, I can't be. There's no room to be upset about that. I mean, you get beat, and you know, and all I would do at that point is support my fellow artists who are still here, and hopefully, you know, regardless of what happens, it hopefully means that there's good things around the corner for all of us. You know?
Now, you have some music on iTunes from your time before The Voice,
yes.
But now you have a lot more fans that know you, that maybe you're going back and downloading these tracks. Is there a track that you think is a song that absolutely speaks to who you are as a musician that everyone needs to run out and get?
You know, I do. I released an acoustic EP last year called the Truth Acoustic EP, and there's a lot of stuff about, you know, me, you know, being a father, just me being a family guy. I guess a lot of people know that now from having seen me on the show, but it's not just about family. It's about just the trials, you know, that I've gone through. You know, for example, one song is called "Meant to Be," you know, which talks about me being a kid and wondering if I was ever going to have a chance to do what I'm doing right now. You know, and it just talks about, you know, I believe what's meant to be is meant to be, and that's just how it goes. You know, I really, you know, live my life that way, and you know, I think what's going to happen is going to happen, and hopefully, you know, it's good stuff, and it's not always going to be, but for some reason things happen, and we have to deal with them, and hopefully, yeah, if people, you know, want to check out that song, or there's another song called "Come Through" that also speaks, you know, it's basically a song that I wrote for my wife about, you know, being in this business, and that, you know, it's not always great. Sometimes it sucks, and I promised her one day I'll come through, and hopefully that day is coming.
Thank you. And just one last question. Team Christina, Team Blake, Team CeeLo. Do you have any guesses for who's going to win those? If you had to guess.
Goodness, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with Vicky and Nakia. They're just, I mean, they're both so strong. It's just not even funny. Beverly and Frenchie again. I mean, I don't know how it's going to turn out. I mean, I honestly believe that any of the 8 people here can win the show. Dia and Xenia. I mean, it's crazy, but everybody's so good, and I'm just so honored to be, you know, part of this top 8.